Hi chaps, really good seeing you again on Saturday morning. Yeah, hopefully you found it pretty helpful in terms of building slightly better techniques. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how you get on the next week or so, and I'll send you some more information about the package that I've got going at the minute, and maybe we can make it more of a regular thing and keep the games building. So just going to have a look at your technique first, Rich. So we'll just have a look as to why there's been so much inconsistency in driving the golf ball. And primarily it's coming from, as I said, funny enough, it's actually a lack of rotation which is causing the club to set itself way across the plane line up at the top of the swing. So you can see I was really kind of kept going on about this right forearm position. So this is what's known as the flying right elbow, where you get that club working across the line. You can see there's not much rotation through the hips. And of course when you start down there's an immense amount of steepness to this swing, very, very difficult to get back onto the plane, and hence there's a little bit of slippage as well. I know it wasn't the ideal footwear, but we can see you're really struggling from there. So I'm trying to get you to set the hands much more behind you up at the top of the swing, much more rotation through the pelvis, and trying desperately to keep the forearm essentially much more vertical. As we see in really good drivers of the golf ball, the right forearm stays pretty vertical up at the top. The club head physically stays much, much more behind you and drops underneath the plane line much quicker. So in all fairness, you picked up really, really quickly and you're hitting some stunning drives out there, so really well done. Let's just have a look at yourself, Phil. So there are a couple of bits and pieces you've been struggling with the short game and the pitching, and a big part of this was essentially because you were tracking far too much, funny enough, underneath the plane line, so it was completely opposite problem to the driving, or that can be caused with the driving. With the short game, because we don't have too much rotation, the strike from this position is going to always tend to be behind the golf ball, so you can either fat or thin the ball from this position. So I was saying to you, we've got to actually aim pretty square to the target from here, but on the takeaway we've got to actually feel as if the club is going back and away from you, and in front of the plane line. And then of course on the way down it almost feels as if you're cutting across the ball ever so slightly, so there's a good amount of rotation on the way through, the club face stays slightly open, and as I said, you're almost cutting the ball back to the target, and that will encourage the divot to move in front of the golf ball, and the contact's just going to be so much better and so much more consistent because of that. So yeah, great seeing you both again, chaps, and I'll send some info through.